Consistency day 66. Protect your energy. We've all been around those people whose negativity just has a big effect on us. It just drains us. When they walk into a room, the light just leaves, all the energy just comes down, and it's just a negative vibe, a negative, feeling. And we've all been around or in, those same people or in those negative situations, and it just has a draining effect on us. It just weighs us down. And every time we're around that person or in those environments, it just brings out negativity in us. We start to be influenced by that energy, and it just takes a lot out of us. We also have those people that are very demanding or energy draining out of us. They depend on us, or they always just guilt trip us. They just put emotional baggage on us. They just need, and it drains us. It takes a lot out of us. It takes a lot of our energy from us. Our happiness goes away. It just breeds a lot of contempt. They say familiarity breeds contempt, and it's a similarity to that. And some of these people are not just coworkers and people we, are associates with. Some of these are our closest loving family members and even good friends, best friends. But we have to learn how to protect our energy and recharge sometimes. We have phones, and phones need to be recharged. So do people. Even Jesus, used to retreat and pray and spend time alone. And look at Buddhist monks. They spend a lot of time in meditation and prayer and alone, isolation. And this isn't necessarily to separate yourself from people or disconnect with them. You can still love people from a distance. But we have to learn that a drowning person can't save a drowning person. And you can't pour from an empty cup. And that to show up best for others, you have to have your energy. And sometimes you have to disconnect in order to restore your energy that you are able to give to others. And too many times we let these situations, environments, and people drain us and have too much of an effect on us, and our energy level goes away. In return, our vibrations and our, law of attraction, all this stuff is going to be affected, because now we're in a negative mind space. We're in a drained mindset to where we can't even think straight. We're so stressed. We're so, just not even ourselves. We're dead. We're emotionally dead. And what effect do you think that has on your family life, on your physical health, on your, fitness, on your mental health, your relationships? You take all this baggage from work, and then you go and you lash out at your significant other, or you lash out at your kids because you're so drained from the day and all the negativity and all the stress. And you let this get home. You let it affect the people you do love and want to spend time with. But because that 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour shift had so much effect on you, you let your coworkers' negativity, your bosses, deadlines and stress affect your son who wants to go, throw a baseball, throw a football, or you let it affect your wife who's just asking you how your day went and is just trying to make conversation instead of, using that time to really sow into those relationships. And, as you get home, you let all the baggage, bad energy, negativity of the day roll off your shoulder. Is, dirt off a camel's back, whatever you want to call it. But you have to get mentally strong. You have to protect this, even if it's tuning out those people, or you build your environment and you build, I guess, figure out ways to not let it have too much effect on you. Go to walk on your lunch break. Go lift weights on your lunch break. Distance yourself from your coworkers if you're able to. Obviously, if it's some kind of joint project or you have to collaborate with them, do it. But have the honest conversation with them. Hey, John, you're very negative and it's really impacted me and how I'm doing my work. I'm not saying this to be rude or disrespectful to you. I understand venting. I understand, expressing your frustrations. But if you don't mind, can we try to be a little bit more positive? And going about it that way, or addressing it to your boss. Hey, Kate's very negative all the time. And, can I partner with, somebody else? Or, hey, how can I go about this situation to where I don't have to, experience too much of that? Or it could just be changing your environment. Go find a new job. Do something where you're more of a lone wolf. Whatever you need to do, but it's your job to do. But you have to protect your energy. It's the only thing you have. Your energy is your spirit. It's your mind. It's all these things. When people say energy, what does that mean? It's not just this voodoo, woo-woo, witchcraft stuff. It's your spirit. That is your energy. That's why some people have that magnetic personality. They have good energy. They have that attractive energy. And then there's the people that are the vampires, the energy suckers, and their energy is very bad. And you're kind of like, something's not right with them. And then those are the ones that also try to drain you of your energy, of your good energy. So keep this in mind. Protect your energy. Surround yourself with better people and limit time with the people that are negative or draining of you. Try to protect your environment and do whatever it takes, because your energy is too vital. Your energy is too precious, and it needs to go in the direction that it deserves, whether it's for your future, for your career, for your actual loving friends and family members that need that love and attention, that energy, your energy in a positive way, in a positive path. So keep these things in mind, protect your energy, and I wish you peace and blessings on the journey.